Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. I'm back at it again with another video. Today I have this cut crease with the pop of chunky glitter, even thrown in some graphic liner. And yeah, if you want to know how to achieve this look, you know what to do, keep on watching. So for this makeup tutorial, you guys, I'm going to be playing with one of the Plouise Talk palettes and also be trying out one of the pairs of lashes from the Plouise Base Bills. And you guys, this lash collection, first of all, the packaging is so cute, the bag and everything. The first pair you get is Cut the Check. The second pair you get is Rich Babes World. The third pair you get is Bill Please. The fourth pair you get is Ballin' on a Budget, which is my absolute favorite pair. The fifth pair you get is Eyes on My Money, and the sixth pair you get is Rack It Up. So the palette of choice for this tutorial is going to be the Talk is Cheap palette. And first of all, Plouise, you killed it. I am loving the whole holographic, the chrome, the money signs. So cute. When you open him up, this is how he's looking like, giving all blue vibes. And although I was dying to dip into the purple and pink palette, girl, that's going to have to be for some other video because it's not necessary for this look. So the first thing that I'm going to do is start off with my Plouise Base and blank canvas. I'm going to prep my whole lid area and get it nice and prepped for eyeshadow. And also, I'm going to carve the bottom of my brows. To apply my base, you guys, I always like to use a flat concealer brush because that way it's just less messier. It's a lot cleaner. And another thing too, I like to clean out and carve out my brows at the same time. So that's why I always go in with the flat concealer brush. I like to take my eyeshadow base to the end of my brows and also to the inner corner of my eye, and then I go in with my finger to just finish blending it all out. I want it to be seamlessly, and I want to get rid of all the creases on my lid before shadow application. I'm now going to take a skin tone matte eyeshadow as my highlight, and then I'm going to start applying it to the end of my brows, brow bone area, and also the inner corner. This is just going to help me diffuse these dark shadows a lot more. Taking the brush JS9 from the Jeffree Star and Morphe collab, I'm going to dip into the shadow called Gold Digger, and I'm going to start applying and depositing the shadow above my actual crease. With my small hooded eyes, I do like to take it slightly above for a bigger eye illusion, and I'm going to start just building the shadow and packing it on, and also connecting it to my outer V and just building it up. This eyeshadow, you guys, is very intense, very pigmented and buttery. Like, I did not struggle to build it up and to blend it out. I'm now going to take a small flat shader brush and dip into the shadow called Money Moves, and I'm going to start blending this in from the inner corner to the outer corner, and also go back in with the JS9 brush and Gold Digger and start blending and working those two shadows together, creating a nice gradient effect. I like to use windshield wiper motions, you guys, when working the shadows in the crease, and circular motions when working the shadows in the outer V. I'm now going to take a clean Q-tip and some Vaseline and start applying it to my lid space, and I'm going to start cutting my crease. Once I have the whole lid space cleaned up, you guys, and the cut how I want it, I'm going to go in with my Plouise and Mama Mitchell Base and Blank Canvas once again and take a flat concealer brush to finish off the lid and blend out the edges with my finger. You guys, I am obsessed with Plouise's eyeshadow formula. They're very buttery, they're very pigmented. I gotta say, hands down, they're one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes for sure. I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush and dip back into the palette and pick up the shade right here called Hustle. It's just a baby blue matte eyeshadow, and I'm going to start stamping this on the second part of my lid, really concentrating the color in this area and building it up. I'm now going to be adding some more depth to my outer V, so I'm going to be taking a small smudge brush to really concentrate and pack this shadow Gold Digger on my outer V, and also blending it to the baby blue eyeshadow that I laid down on my lid. I'm going to take another small eyeshadow brush and dip into the shadow right here called Get Up and Grind, and it's a white shimmery eyeshadow with some baby blue glitter reflex. And I'm going to start concentrating this color in the inner part of my lid and then fading it into the baby blue. We want a nice gradient effect. And I didn't want this look to be so ordinary, you guys, so I am going to be popping some chunky glitter. These glitters are from Amazon, I had mentioned on my last video. So I am just using the LA Splash Midnight Elixir to apply it to the baby blue and the white shadow that I laid down. And then with the same brushes that I laid those shadows down, I'm also laying the chunky glitters. And at this point, I'm just blending those two glitters together, trying to get a close enough fade. So for lashes, you guys, I decided to go with the Ballin' on a Budget pair because they were the most dramatic and more bold and up in my alley. So I went with those, and I didn't know if I wanted to just do a regular wing liner or no liner or graphic liner. So I did apply my lashes and my liners off camera, and I decided to just do both. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a black liner and a fucking white liner. So now, starting off complexion, you guys, I went in with my Clinique Moisture Surge Moisturizer, and then also took my Mercier Pure Blurring Canvas Primer. And this is the first time that I tried that primer, but I really did love it. Like, I really did notice such a huge difference on my foundation routine today. And then for foundation of choice, I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I'm in the shade 5 Neutral. I am obsessed with this foundation. This is like my top favorite foundation at the moment. And now I'm just taking my damp Beauty Blender sponge to just blend it all in, working one side of my face at a time. And I did want to leave like most of these clips in this video, you guys, because I do really work this product in and take my time. I really like to concentrate the foundation on one side of my face at a time before I move into the second part of my face. And I really like to go over the same area that I already did go over a couple times, just to get rid of all the extra foundation and just to get a more airbrush flawless look. And I also like to make sure that I get around my nose very good, you guys. I don't want any foundation creasing. And I also make sure to take it down to my neck area because I want everything to just flow together and be neatly blended out. For concealer, I'm going to be going with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This one's in matte finish, and I am in the shade Light Sand. And this is the first time that I actually tried this concealer, but I really love it. Like, I love that it was a lot lighter than my foundation, so it really did give me that brightness underneath my eye, and I really did like that. Now, I did kind of go a little bit overboard and put that on my nose a little bit too much, but I just took a clean part of the Beauty Blender and just blended that out. For setting powder, I am going to be going also from Laura Mercier, taking the translucent loose setting powder, and this is my go-to setting powder. Like, I absolutely love it. So I'm just taking it with my dual fiber brush, which is my go-to brush. Like, for my face routine, you guys, I always use the same brushes. Like, I don't ever change to something different. These brushes work for me, and they're my absolute favorite. So now for my contour, highlight, and blush, I decided to go with my Rude NoFilter 3D Face Palette. This is so cute. I love the packaging to this palette. I'm going to be taking this shade right here called Dimensional, and I'm going to start contouring with this shade using my go-to angled brush from BH Cosmetics. And this palette, you guys, I received it in a Lashy box subscription a while back, and I absolutely love it. I'm just going to be contouring like my cheeks, my jawline, my nose, my forehead, and making sure everything's neatly blended out. I'm now going to go back into the palette and pick up that shade right here called Thrilling, and taking it with my go-to ColourPop brush in F30. This is like my go-to brush that I always use for blush. And then I'm just like smiling a little bit and applying it to my cheekbone area and blending it upwards. So now I'm just going to be cleaning this contour up because the shade was more on the dark side. So I am just taking a puffer from the One Size Patrick Star and the same translucent powder. And then I am going to take a brush from Morphe. And I don't know the name of it because it wore off. But I'm just going to be taking that highlight shade in New Heights and applying it to my nose. And then for my cheeks, I'm switching over to a different brush. This is the ColourPop F33, and it's more on the fluffy side, and that's going to give me more of a blend on my cheeks. And now to finish and get an even more blend, I'm going to be taking my go-to ColourPop F28 powder brush and translucent setting powder to just blend it out even more. And then I'm also taking my blush brush from ColourPop, the F30, to just blend out the highlight even more. So now I am going to be going with my lip combo. I am taking the Morphe lip liner. This one is in Bite Me. And I'm just lining my lips up and filling in the edges. And Dollz, the bitch really does need to go get her lip fillers done. Like, lips 911, where the fuck are you? But anyways, to fill in my little lips, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline liquid lipstick, and this one is in the shade 55 Driver. Also taking the Plouise Rumor 2 to just fade in the center and fading it out with the lip brush. Also taking my Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I love this stuff, totally obsessed. I used to like use it all the time back in the day. Never repurchased it, I have no idea why, but I'm happy that I finally did. And then just fanning it out with my Batty Me Mini Fan. For my waterline, I am taking the NYX liner stick, and this one is in the shade Blue Trip. Also taking a smudge brush and fading in the shadow Talk is Cheap to give me more of a gradient underneath my eyes. And for mascara, I'm taking the Real Magnetic Mascara by Benefit. And yeah, dolls, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's makeup tutorial, and always remember to stay blessed, take care, and until next time. Bye, dolls.